Hey guys, my name is Maz from TheAMaazing, and welcome to the Voice Chat Podcast. Here we have
everybody.
We didn't do the order.
We didn't do the order.
I was gonna say, wait, where do I go?
I forgot. Okay, I forgot. Add to the list. I don't think every time we do the order, it never goes there. Okay, so Laddi, you wanna?
Hi, I'm Laddi.
I'm Rushlight Invader.
I need no introduction.
Pantsless Pajamas.
I'm Turtle.
All right, so that's our only. We only have a guest turtle, but there's no one else here.
Yeah, there's no other guest. That was my second voice.
I'm Laddi. I'm
Wait,
so great. Thanks for coming to the podcast.
Okay, not gonna lie, I thought that was Laddi pretending to be PJ. I don't know.
Thank you. I will take that as a compliment.
All right, and so before we begin the podcast, I just want to say thank you so much for all of our patrons for supporting the podcast. Make sure to check it out to get some bloopers and behind-the-scenes stuff. First and foremost, major shout-out from all of us to Origami.
Yeah, origami.
Yeah,
Paper
10 out of
folding.
10.
Yay.
They're great, and they're just the bestest, and we love you.
The
all right?
bestest.
We love you more than Rush. Okay, so
Yeah.
That's a lot.
this is totally not a podcast we've done 3-4 months before the previous one.
No,
What happened to us? I think what happened?
We died. Not clickbait.
Well, that's the title of this episode. We died.
Not
Oh, no.
clickbait. Please watch our podcast again.
We're still relevant, I swear.
Life just gets in the way, you guys. You have successful channels now.
No, they're a school. I blame
No.
school.
You don't go to
It's-
school.
Primarily school, and primarily like we just couldn't work it out with the guests. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We
And
had
so-
two different guests, and it took a while to plan that.
Yeah.
It's been a
Yeah,
while.
and like there's some more guests that I want in that hopefully we can grab in, but right now it was just hard to organize it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we should have everything on track now.
Yeah.
And basically start, I don't know, shoot myself in the foot by saying it, but uploading frequently.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I don't know, man. That's our stance on the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, what the podcast is like your third channel now, Rush?
Yeah.
And
Or my 7th. You don't know about the other ones.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Wait a
Like,
minute. Oh,
you have a bunch
yeah,
of
you have, like-
channels, Rush.
I have a lot.
Rushlight Graphics.
Yeah, Rushlight
Hey guys,
Gaming.
go head on over to Rushlight Graphics
No,
and
that's
Rushlight
dead.
Gaming. Yeah.
They're
He makes
dead.
some rad Minecraft art. You definitely want to check that out.
I like cubes. I draw them. They're good.
And then they have the Rushlight, you know.
Ooh, yeah, Rushlight. It's a play on words. Light as in diet and light as in Miller Lite. That's my last name. Look at
But
that.
it's...
Wait, but how is... Never mind. I'm
Yeah.
another question.
Yeah, I don't think that's real, dude. I don't think.
It's not real.
Like, that has nothing to do with gaming unless you're trying to insinuate
gonna
they're all
say-
drunks.
Yeah, I was
do
like,
know.
wait a minute, how does drinking have anything to do with game? Like, unless you're drunk when you play Overwatch or something?
Obviously, every time. How do you think I'm do so good?
Well, that's good in keywords, right? Like, I don't know if I would say good per se.
Who the frick is playing Latino music outside of my house? I'm trying to record!
Probably the Latinos.
That's actually me, PJ. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Gosh, Mom.
Wow.
Little do people know that I actually am a Latino dancer.
Belly dancer.
I'm not, once again, I don't know if this is a race, but I was gonna say I'll wear a sombrero and Moroccan.
Okay. You know
I'm
what,
racist. I'm sorry.
I'm out of the podcast. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Everyone clicked away as soon as you said sombrero.
But the thing is, I just don't live with any Hispanic people, so I don't know what's the line and what's not. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know.
Do you do the
Like-
jump the wall dance? Like
Okay, see, there's obvious ones like that. I'm not gonna say go back to your over the wall. That's okay. I know that. I'm not stupid.
I've noticed that a lot of Hispanics, like their favorite anime is Attack on Titan. Like
Shut up! Shut up!
I really love the first episode when they invade the wall. I know, right?
Dang it!
I just got it. Oh my god.
Come on.
PJ.
Wait a minute.
It took a second. So I was like, no, it's not. It's Dragon Balls. I get it now.
Oh, speaking of
Christ.
Dragon Balls, recently I got take a comp guideline strike.
Wait, what do you mean?
Dragon Ball Pooper, after a year or two of it being up, 2,000 away, getting 1 million views, YouTube was like, hey man, you got a guideline strike and we're taking this video down. I'm like, what? Huh? What?
Wait, based on what though? What do you mean?
I think they said something about sexual, like, innuendos and having a minor, like, you know, not
So do you have a
jerking
strike
off.
on your channel? Like
Yeah, guideline strike because of that video. It's like, yeah, there's child porn in this. I'm like, what? What? It's a fictional character jerking off, and you don't even see the dick.
Well, what? Okay, firstly, you don't need to see the ding
Don't
dong,
speak for me, Maz.
Oh, I see. Oh, I guess PJ really wants to see that ding dong.
I just want that enormous eggplant energy in my
Enormous.
face.
Whoa.
That's a lie. Okay, you've got like puny peen power. Okay, let's be honest.
Listen,
That
that's
is
why
really-
I want to see. I need to behold like what I desire more than anything. I just want to have your energy, Maz.
Ooh wee.
Oh, got him.
Or you know, I guess Hank Green's enormous energy.
Yeah.
But anyway, Rush, what the hell? Like, okay, so you've got like an actual strike now.
Yeah, I do.
And so like 2 more, they'll delete your channel.
Yep,
What
yep.
the heck?
I
It's
can't wait.
It's temporary. Oh,
Wow, dude.
I can't wait.
I just love that
The
that's the
Phoenix
video that's
Turtle
gonna be your
says-
undoing.
Dude,
I love it because like, you know, I'm outside your house playing the Moroccan music and the Turtle's busy deleting Rush's channel. Like, Turtle's like,
Rush,
And I'm just
we're
kind of
playing
laughing.
Rush, we're playing baseball here, you know? Like you better
Step
hit
it up.
those better hit that baseball, man. You better strike out.
strike.
so
Better
yeah,
hit a
we'll-
home run.
so I claimed against it. Hopefully though, in a week.
And the ball is like a demonetization button. Like that's what it is. But you put a claim against it. I think that's what I would do as well because I don't think it's that bad.
yeah, I
Like,
understand if it got
there's been so
demonetized
much
or
worse.
age restricted, but
But it's not worth a strike.
yeah,
It's
like-
about poop.
it's about butt. He plungers his butt, and there's a jerk off joke. That's pretty much the most bad things in there. Like, it's not my most favorite video. Like, it was a shitpost video. Like, I was like, oh, I wasn't even gonna post
get
it.
it.
And
Wait, who was the one that was like fapping again? I don't remember.
it was Trunks.
Okay, maybe that's why. Like,
Saying
don't
it's
show
gonna-
the prepubescent male fapping to gorillas on a toilet.
Harambe is pretty sexy. I don't know, man.
Man, I forget that this was in your video. What is wrong with you, Rush?
Listen, it was a shitpost video, and I thought I was like, I'll just make something absurd and
But,
see what happens.
most
The
people,
sound
you know,
effect.
they
Wow.
make like a slapstick, and you're like, no, there's gonna be a tsunami of poop. That's a, you know, like you have to write a script for that. Like,
Yeah. My boy's acting
You
was
sat
bad
down,
too.
you know, you cracked your knuckles. You're like, all right, you know, it's time for me to make another Rushlight Invader video. Tsunami of shit?
A shit
What are you
nami.
talking about?
What a
It's
shit
beautiful.
storm.
Oh my god. Turtle, you are killing it today.
Stop. Stop it.
Stop.
No, keep going. Oh my goodness.
Nobody
Yes.
but,
said
like-
anything about my tea pun earlier this morning.
What was it?
You
Well,
made
you
fun.
know, it wasn't good enough to.
It was
wasn't good
really
enough.
great. It was the best. So, Maz showed a picture of like merch, and
Uh-huh.
it had like tea on it, and I was like, it looks bad. It looked really bad. And I was like, wow, that looks nasty. And no one acknowledged it. And I expected
Oh.
at least like Turtle to acknowledge
No.
it, but like
Laddi.
no, nothing happened.
Yeah, I saw it. It said nasty, but I didn't like read
Maybe
it
I
to where
need
it
to
said.
capitalize it.
Man,
next
I thought that's how you
time.
spelled tea for a second. Like, wait a minute, that's how you spell nasty? I guess I was spelling it wrong all these years, huh?
No, you don't spell it nasty. You spell it with a Y.
But why?
I guess that show
No,
was
like-
pretty like it didn't have good quality or whatever.
Oh,
It
tea.
Quality,
Yeah,
am I
quality,
right?
yeah.
That's too
Wow.
easy. You guys made it too obvious. He's trying to be
shut up,
subtle,
it's
and
good.
you guys are like, no, quality.
But like, Maz, about your like, how you gonna fix that? Do you just tell them like, hey, make it look bigger? I don't really know.
And
how
the
you-
color looked
Okay,
weird.
because Rush, the same thing happened to you as well, didn't it? Like
Yeah.
your merch was like really tiny.
Yeah, the hoodie one was tiny. I'm like this, and I told them to make it bigger. They're like, okay, we'll make it bigger. I'm like, all right, good. And then I saw a guy wear my shirt at VidCon. I'm like, well, that's huge. I like that.
So, I'm almost done with my merch store and all that, and like the hoodie is all okay, like the size of the design, but like the shirt, it's like small. And I'm like, hell no, like no, you gotta fix this right now. So like I contacted them and
Wait, what do you mean shirt small? Like as in like a small size?
The design.
no, the design
Oh.
for the shirts. So I contacted the person to like make it bigger because I don't want to release merch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like your hat. It's cute, but the colors are a little bit faded.
The embroidered hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I gotta talk to them about that too. I guess.
I don't like those beanies, man. I
Wow.
have Rush's Look, I almost choked.
Don't die.
Look,
But
choke
no,
on
Rush,
me,
I already
Daddy.
told you what I don't like about it. It's not your design. I just don't like how they make those embroidered beanies. I think it's poopy.
It's all good.
Sorry,
How does
probably
what
not
is-
gonna
how-
sponsor me and like get my merch done on your store
Why did you
now.
call them out by name? We could've
Wow, bleep out the name.
Sorry,
No,
Bleep Block,
frick
don't
you.
fucking sponsor me.
Sorry,
I bet Mads can bleep it out if he wants. I don't care.
All right.
I think it sucks.
All right, bleep it out, Mads. No, we're gonna be
Because
nice
voice
in
chat
this one.
merch.
Yeah, voice chat
No,
merchandise.
I want to ruin everything.
He's ruining our chances.
Make sure.
Bleep it.
Racial slurs. That's what she's saying, obviously.
Wait, okay,
It's like
the
you
thing
say
is-
it 3
It's the-
times
it's
and the
the
podcast
forbidden
doesn't
word.
get any worse.
Wow, see, okay, look, well, okay, so bleep all of those, but it's really weird because initially she was just saying names of stores, but then the part when she mentioned that she supports the Holocaust, I don't
yeah.
know, it was pretty weird.
Yeah, what the
I
heck,
bleep
dude?
that as well, yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah,
dude,
what the heck? Like,
Yeah,
I just
PJ,
have very
come on.
strong opinions about the Holocaust. I can't help it.
Heather did
First we
nothing
talked about the
wrong.
wall, now we talk about the Holocaust. Do you think if we had PJ on the thumbnail with the mustache of him, do you think that would...
Okay, so like I actually had a friend back in high school. I might have talked about him on, I don't know. I've talked about him somewhere, but he was very pro Hitler. Like
Yeah?
he actually
Oh, no.
grew
Oh,
a mustache to like shave it and put it on a Hitler stash.
Wait.
And he wore the little swastika like right there on his arm, and in, like he'd walk into art class and be like, "Hail, PJ," and I was like, "Sup, dude?"
Get away from me. Wait,
Oh
how do you?
my
Was he able to grow a
I love how you
mustache?
had them in art class. That makes it so much better.
It really does.
did he like draw a bunch of like
Was he
stuff?
swastikas?
Was he a good
Like he
painter?
did,
Like-
he drew it on like he drew it on like papers and like notebooks, and like he would like, I don't know, he'd print it on any part of himself if he could and like draw it on his hand. And like I sat down with him one day and I was like, dude, I need to ask you about something. He's like, okay, I already know what you're gonna say. No, I'm not actually a Hitler supporter. I obviously don't want to kill the Jews. And I was like, okay, that's all I
He
needed to know.
doesn't? Oh, well,
I was
Dang,
gonna
I'm
ask-
sorry.
I was gonna
Maz.
join you.
I was
You
gonna
could have
ask,
related
was
to
he a
someone for
skinhead?
once.
Was he a
Yeah.
skinhead?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
It's just a joke that he takes super seriously.
Oh no,
or-
he was just like he's definitely one of those people that's like very opinionated, and if you wanted to say that if he leaned like left or right, I think he'd probably sooner say he leaned right, but like he didn't actually want to kill anyone or whatever. I think he just really liked pushing buttons and making a big meme out of something that a lot of people take seriously. So
Yeah.
like he would just live
You know-
it.
well,
and-
to be fair,
yeah.
I think that's, yeah.
You know what
I was
that
gonna say,
reminded
Maz,
me
you can
of?
agree on that. You can roll with that, I think.
Well, yeah, you know, 9/11 jokes left and right, I guess.
Oh, that came. Oh man, that situation came burning.
Crashing down.
Honestly, I think the
Shut
entire
up,
thing was just
Turtle.
plain wrong.
Shut-
you know?
No, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
Okay, I thought you were making another pun of like the tower burning or something. I was just like,
Was I Moz? Was I? I was trying to.
We need to bleep out this entire 9/11 part. Oh man, we don't actually want to offend people.
I want to offend people.
Well, listen, you can't offend. You can't. We got Americans and we've got brown people here. We got both sides.
That makes it impossible to offend anyone. Yes, of course.
Exactly. Well, actually, like, I do believe that a little bit, right? Like, for example, is it more acceptable for somebody who's involved or perhaps been prejudiced because of an event to comment on the event? I think that's fair. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, if I was given an example, like, can't really think of a great one, but the common question that in debates is that if somebody's been raped in the past, are they allowed to make rape jokes, right?
I think they
And
are,
it's-
personally.
Yeah, you know?
Mostly because I know
Would
a lot
they
of people
want
that
to,
do.
though? Is the question?
Yeah, but like, the thing is, okay, ignore that as the question, but assume that they do. Assume that they
Okay.
have. Is it any more or less acceptable than if somebody else were to make a rape joke?
Good question.
And I
have an opinion,
do-
but I don't know. Like, what a podcast topic, Moss.
I'm sorry, but like it just came naturally. I don't know, because I am interested, right? Because I am a believer in the fact that whilst it might not be generally acceptable in public, I think the people who have gone through or have been prejudiced because of it, they totally have like a reason to say it. You know what I mean?
I think so. Like, again, I've known people that like they're pretty open about it. Like they were raped when they were younger, and then like they'll joke about it in the present. And like some people will be uncomfortable about it, but they're just like, listen, this is my way of being able to make myself comfortable with the fact that it happened. If I can joke about it, that it kind of means that, like, you know, hey, I've gotten over it. And to that point, it's like, well, you know, who am I to take away your coping method? You know, like, I don't have any right to that, I don't think.
I did the same
people,
thing.
Like, well, what if you say, like, let's say someone who hasn't been raped and they make a rape joke? Like
Louis C.K.?
Yeah.
What?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, okay, see Louis C.K. and them they're comedians, and I think they're exempt from a lot of rules.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's part of like how you deliver it and all that, like, because there's like dark humor and stuff.
It's like, this is a comedy show. I'm trying to tell jokes. It's like, okay, good.
Yeah.
But if you're
I
out in
think-
public,
It's
it's
all
like,
about,
oh.
about
I think the issue with that in general, like, even they aren't always exempt. People will still give them crap regardless, and like
100%.
they accept it.
Yeah.
But like, I do think it comes with this, like, you know, the defense for most dark comedy is that it takes a situation that is dark, can put a light spin on it, and in a way it almost sparks conversation or can even influence the way that you see that subject because they're putting it under, like, you know, some light instead of making it so that it's just completely dark. And like, to that point, some people would say, like, oh, if you're gonna try to start a conversation, you shouldn't make light of it by making jokes and saying whatever. But then when I really think about it, it's the only way it ever seems to get brought up, either when someone makes a joke or when it happens to someone in real life. And I'm like, what is it gonna take for people to just have an actual discussion about it? And, you know, like, what has to happen for people to just be able to talk about it, because it's such a taboo term. Like, no one wants to say anything about it, be it positive or negative. And then, you know, people make jokes, and I'm like, well, that's the most I've gotten to hear about this serious topic. So I don't know. I'm very conflicted, I guess, when it comes to joking about things like that.
Yeah.
It is like, I don't, it's such a like odd topic, right? Because if I was to give my example, right, the reason that I meme on 9/11 a lot is because, you know, as a brown boy growing up, there were moments in which I got prejudiced because of 9/11. They're like, oh, you gonna do it again, bro? And I'm like, yeah, boy. And, you know, and it's like, they just didn't let me do it. No. So the thing is, because I was memed and clowned on for something I didn't even do, and for something that when it happened I was 4 years old. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, crash into a plane when I'm 4 years old?
Goo goo gaga.
I can't even I can't even speak yet. Like, I don't even know. Where did that? What voice was that? What did I summon?
That was your
What
inner baby.
that?
I remember, this is like, I don't know, a bit like sort of like a side tangent, whatever. But back then, like in history or whatever, for some reason, like in the back of my like history textbook, there was like a comparison of like the TSA like how like the airports were from before 9/11 to after, and it showed like how like structured and like how much like extra like technology were added and stuff like that, and it's crazy. It's like
and it's
how
just
stuff like that passed, like.
And did you see the somebody ruins everything? Chris ruins everything. I forgot the YouTube
Adam
channel
ruins
name.
everything.
Adam ruins
I love
everything.
that
Yeah,
series.
So he did an episode of like showing that the airport security is mainly just it's just visual kind of trickery. It makes it seem like they're being more secure than they really are.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, that's comforting.
Well, I know, right?
Fun.
It's like take off your shoes, and it's like okay, what really like just makes me laugh about it is remember like I'm not like no one's talking about it anymore, but remember a year ago when an entire Malaysian airplane went missing?
Yeah.
Like the entire plane just disappeared.
Yeah, Bermuda Triangle, yeah.
Oh, it was like 4 or 5 years ago.
like
Yeah,
that was
you're right.
longer.
You're right.
That's scary.
It's like oh yeah, there's a plane and it's gone, and it's like wait, but it flew somewhere. It's like yeah, it's gone, and it's like what?
It's like we don't
Do
know
you
where
not
it
have
went.
trackers? It's like literally that they'll take off their shoes and they'll be like check the shoes, and then they'll look at it, they'll be like wait, where's the plane go? Where'd the plane go? You know what I mean? It's like why are you checking shoes if you can't even find a plane? What are you doing?
Yeah. Dude, did you hear about this one story about the plane? This one guy who was to work as a plane person, like he as a maintenance guy, he got on a plane, hijacked it, and he went on and started doing flips and donuts.
Yeah,
He's
then
like,
he died.
yeah, well, yeah, he was like, you think I can do? Like he's talking to people. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, yeah, I'm just really depressed. I just wanted to do this. It looks fun. I have a lot going on in my life. You think I can do a flip? It's like, can you land it? It's like I don't know how to land. I don't know how to do it. It's like, can you come
And he
back?
crashed, right?
Yeah, he's like, can you come back? We'll land. It'll be all right. It's like, no, man. I think this is it for me. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna do a flip and see what goes from there. I'm like, oh.
I was like, damn.
He's like, I have a family at
What
home.
a
I have a
way
family at
to-
home.
What a way to
Right.
go. Like, what the
Yeah.
hell?
What are you watching?
No,
Wait a
this
minute.
was
Yeah.
news
What?
a few months ago. Like, I've heard of it on Twitter. I saw on
Yeah.
Twitter, like, this guy. he
Holy
hijacked-
moly, dude.
He was very calm talking. He was like, yeah, I have a family at home. I'm really depressed. And it's
He
like,
worked
oh.
at the airport. Like, he did
Yeah.
the I think, like, checking bags or whatever. Or, like, like, putting bags in the airplane and all that.
Yeah.
So,
And so he
That's
just got
how he-
on and,
And
was
they
like, I'm out.
crashed?
Yeah, he crashed.
He just hijacked the plane, and he kind of knew how to
But
start
that means like all the passengers and stuff.
No, they were
all
just
by
him.
himself. He
was
was
just him.
alone.
Oh,
He just got on a plane,
okay.
did some flips. There's videos about it, I think, online, and then he crashed and,
Damn.
not survived.
He didn't like
Damn,
kill
dude, what a
anyone
way
though.
to
Like,
go.
thank God.
Yeah.
But,
He didn't want to hurt anyone, he
Yeah, I
said.
was-
He just like, I'm just going to do this.
Oh my God.
Was it like a suicide thing, or did he just do
Yeah,
it?
probably.
Yeah. He was depressed. He didn't like. Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, it's like okay. So
Suicide.
before we go a little bit darker, because I do want to say one thing. Just want to be like, just want to finish off the previous one, right?
Yeah.
So, clowned on for 9/11, and so now that I'm like 21, I feel like because people roast me for it, I harbor no love for people who are like, no, we gotta treat 9/11 as sacred. We can't talk about it. I'm like, really? Really, bro? I went through like years of my life being, roasted for something I didn't do. This ain't gonna be a sacred thing. I ain't gonna do that at all,
Yeah.
right? Come on.
It's
Yeah,
like
I don't know. That's just,
18 years, man.
yeah, it's just, come on.
I don't
Get
like
on-
it
get on
when
with it.
people feel like they're entitled to be triggered. Like, especially if they were like 1 year old or they weren't even born when it happened. Like,
Yeah. I get you.
I don't know.
Does that happen? Like, it happens like more often than I realized it did. Maybe like it's an American thing, but people get offended for another group or ethnicity or minority. I know it's like, wait, why are you being offended when the people themselves aren't being defended? You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have any of you guys watched the H3 video about like the anti-Semitism thing? Did you
No.
guys see that?
No, you
like,
got linked to me
ages
later.
ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
I don't, wait, which video?
Was he defending PewDiePie in that?
PewDiePie.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
all right, yeah.
Oh yeah.
he wasn't
That's all
offended, and he's like he's Jewish.
Jewish.
Yeah, he's like, this was a joke.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand it's a joke. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really bizarre. It's like the entire. Do you guys know Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Like you
Yeah.
guys know
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
entire thing. Like the entire James Gunn firing thing. Like I don't know if I would.
Fire him. No, I wouldn't.
I don't know if I.
That was like years ago.
Because like if you. Yeah, and if you read back on the tweets, they're like, okay, I'm gonna get destroyed for saying this, but I reckon they're pretty funny. Like,
Controversial
you know what I
podcast.
mean? Yeah, a controversial podcast, but like, did you see the one? You guys, do you know what the giving tree is, or the giving tree? What's it called? The
book?
happy tree.
The happy tree.
Is it the book?
The Giving
Like
Tree,
the
by
book,
Shel
the giving
Silverstein?
tree.
Shel Silverstein?
Where the boy makes a
I think so.
like.
He wrote it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know that book. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I think so. It's like, the giving tree where he like throughout his entire life of a child, the giving tree was like gave him branches and shelter and everything, and at the end of this book he kind of cuts down the tree and makes a house out of it. You know what I mean? It's like a giving tree, right? That's the story in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Right. And he makes a tweet where he's like, I'm doing a Hollywood film adaptation of The Giving Tree with a happy ending. The tree grows back and then gives the kid a blowjob. And I think that's really funny because it's like, not only is it like a happy ending of The Giving Tree of the tree growing back, but it's also like the happy ending of the giving tree of him just giving the kid a blowjob. You know, it's
Wait
like,
a minute.
It's like,
Trees can't get blowjobs. This isn't real.
shut up! Obviously they can't.
Get in that
But-
trunk, okay?
Morning wood, man.
Look,
Yeah,
Stop.
buddy. Turtle, keep going.
oh my god. No, I don't. Like, once again, I understand why Disney had to, because they're like a mega $1 trillion company. But come on, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
Come on. He already directed a couple movies. It's past in the past. He's not doing it now. Calm down.
Ew. And the staff were like, "Hey, at least why didn't they could have just done it after Guardians of the Galaxy 3? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, it's not like
Like
he.
milk the guy and then fire him.
Yeah, it's not like he drugged a couple hundred girls and did something. No, he just set an
Oh,
offensive thing.
gosh.
He's not Bill Cosby.
That's what Rush
Bill
does.
Cosby.
Yeah.
That's what Rush.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby, is that what you
Oh
said?
my
No.
god.
He's in prison now. He's okay.
Oh my.
No,
He's in prison. It's
no,
okay.
No, because whenever I was on Instagram, like, and I look at my explore page and all that, I just see like a picture of like like Bill Cosby, like the news or whatever. It's like he's going to jail for so years, and I look at the comments and I was like, okay, let's see what they say about him. And I see comments saying like, oh, Bill Cosby going to jail. I was laughing. Man. That was so like, I don't know. I was like, Jesus. Wait.
Gosh, I reckon meme culture is making all of us less human.
Yeah.
It really is.
I love it, dude.
Really,
Dude, like,
Kids look up to us.
it's crazy because like recently at work, I've had like a lot of new experiences, which is kind of like affected me a little bit. So, first off, I had a person that was aggressive with me, right?
sexually?
Yeah.
And no,
You wishes.
I wish. I wish. No, I had someone who was like, I've been waiting here for 2 hours, and then you come in. Where's the real? And I'm like, oh gosh, And it's funny because I thought I'd be a little bit afraid when that happens, but as soon as it happened, I was like, oh, this is, I don't know what to do. And I diffused the situation. I made them laugh and joke around at the end. It was a lot of fun.
Did it end like
And
the
then the
Giving
thing
Tree? Did they,
Shut up.
give?
Well, it's like.
Hi, Mars.
Another situation is like I had a guy come in and he was just really depressed, all right? And it's like I know a lot of people online, they're like, yeah, I'm depressed and I'm sad, but this guy was like severely depressed to the point where it was like actually causing symptoms on his body.
Yeah.
Like he was like slow to speak, and he was like he couldn't move as quickly because of the fact that he was like when you're depressed to that state, you don't have enough like energy in your brain to do anything, even moving, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh gosh, and I was like, what happened? He's like, oh yeah, my son got killed by asthma, and I was like, oh no, he had to watch his son die, and it was like, anyway, so like it's crazy because it's I think of myself as quite level-headed, and I wouldn't say unempathetic, but I think of it like, if you were to tell me something, I'd be like, okay, and I'd process it, and I'd be empathetic, obviously, but I'd also know how to deal with it. But with this one, all I could do was just like, I could do anything, I just listened, Scary boys, scary boys.
Yeah, I get you.
Especially because, like, wait, do any of you have asthma?
I do not.
No.
I know people that have asthma.
I've had, like, I used to have cough-induced asthma, to where, like, if I ran too much, I'd have to cough like heck, like crazy.
Like heck.
Yeah.
But I don't anymore.
But do you have, like, a puffer or anything?
I had one. It's not.
Yeah, so
it's not anymore. I don't
crazy.
need it.
Well, the thing is, it's crazy because people don't, and I don't, admittedly think of asthma as a killer.
Yeah.
Like if you had asthma, you wouldn't. It's crazy because, like, okay, do you know? Well, you guys are in Australia, but Australia in Melbourne, like a year or two ago, they had something called a thunderstorm asthma attack. And so what happened was, like, all of these plants, they pollinated, but then at the same time, Melbourne had like a kind of cyclone-ish thing. So, which is like a hurricane, right? And so all of the pollen was like in this hurricane thing, and it caused a little bit of a storm, and so it rained pollen everywhere, and every single person with asthma got like a massive asthma attack, including people who weren't even diagnosed with asthma. They just had like hay fever, and then they got an asthma attack, and it was so bad that, like, I think 12 to 15 people died from this like storm.
Dang.
Right? And it scares me because, like, can you imagine, like, looking outside, you're like, oh yeah, it's like storming, and then you start choking, and you're like, it's like a superhero movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine we have the
That's
Dust Bowl
weird.
part 2, just like
Oh my
wipes
god.
yeah. Oh my god, that was oh man, that just sucked.
The Dust Bowl? What is that?
It's like it was like I think it was like a tornado or something, or like a sandstorm
It was
that affected like
humongous sandstorm that affected like crops and everything for like ever. Not forever, but
yeah, like during like the
Oh, dang, dude.
30s, 20s, 1920s.
something like that.
Is it the same as like El Nino and stuff? Is it the same thing or is it different?
El Nino.
I know
heard
nothing
of
about
that,
these
but-
topics.
Yeah, but I don't think so. But yeah, that's
Scary stuff, man. Mother Nature, like, everyone's like, oh, yeah, we're gonna ruin the Earth. We're not gonna ruin the Earth. We're not gonna do jack, okay? They're gonna ruin us.
Yeah.
They're gonna ruin us faster than we can do anything to Mother Nature. All right.
It's true.
Hot damn. Mama Nature be thick though. Earth-chan.
Earth-chan, she's not
Lord.
flat, guys. Stop calling Earth-chan flat.
I mean, they
Well, the
drew
thing is
her
that-
pretty flat, though. She wasn't exactly curvy.
Wow.
Sorry, Earth-chan.
Well, speaking of the curvy ones, Bowser, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Ooh-wee.
baby! Let the meme not
so that-
die.
I love Bowsette. Meme review.
Bowser's already dying though, let's be
No.
honest. Bowser's
It's true.
dying.
I don't see any more busty Bowser on my Twitter feed anymore, and it's very
now it's
sad.
Boo-Wed because it's October, Boo-Wed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bouette has
if
nice
anything, I like that better.
boos.
If I had to choose, I like
Boo-Wed's so good. Yeah.
That's like the
Boo-Wed is-
color palette and like just it's scary. Yeah.
But
Turtle wants to be with a ghost. What the hell, Turtle?
what's shy
No,
ghost
I'm just
the
girl?
saying. I'm
hell?
just saying if I had to choose, like which one I like.
All right.
Like
As
if
a
someone were to
poll.
say
I mean,
like,
if
oh,
I
which one do you
had
like
to
more?
choose.
If I had to choose which one I was gonna be with, it would be Boo.
All right, guys. You get the pick. Which one would
What's
you be
up?
with? Bouette or Bowsette? Maz, who would you pick?
Boo-Wed.
All right.
Boo-Wed, without a doubt.
All right, Laddie.
I haven't seen enough pictures of Bouette. That's really pretty.
How haven't you seen it?
Okay.
I mean, I haven't actually.
Oh, I'll send you my file. Hold on.
No, I mean I'm saying like it's on
Oh,
Twitter
fine.
all the time. Like, oh god.
No, I've only seen Bowsette. I've seen a couple of Bouette. She's pretty.
She's pretty cute. I love me some Bowsette. I love some girls with strong females with horns and tails.
I will bang my blue shell princess rendition.
Oh, you drew that, yeah.
because, yes.
Wait.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. No, hold on.
Hold on. It's a chomp ad.
You know how how do you know how the real thing was meant to be Toadette wearing the crown to become Peachette, right?
Yeah.
Do you think if you were to wear it, you would be P-Jet?
But
Do you think you would be
I'm wondering if
P-Jet?
anyone recommended that when I drew my character wearing the crown. I don't remember. Missed
How
opportunity.
did no one think of that? What are you talking about right now? That's so obvious.
I didn't think about it. I just drew it and I posted it. I don't know if anyone's like, hold on. Now I want to look and see if someone put that as my name. Someone said Pillowette and I was like, that's freaking Pillbug, okay? That's later. But like, I don't know if anyone said P-Jet. Gosh dang it.
I'd
I
turn
regret
to
everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Bow's got his own
Bow's
princess version.
Dude, oh my god, I'm scared. Emily and whoever made like Miles said I was scared. I was like, no way, hold on, wait.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
It's crazy because like that lasted for a week max, very much so. Whereas Bongo Cat is still going. It's still
It'll never stop.
Bongo Cat is pretty cute. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cute.
Makes me so happy.
I would
wholesome.
smash Bongo Cat.
No,
Why? Wait, what?
His bongos. I will smash his bongos.
Oh, okay.
Not him. He's a cat.
I was gonna say, I was like, wait a minute.
I would
Rush.
fuck a dragon, but not a cat, okay?
Oh my gosh.
Your offspring would be Bongo Rush Cat Invader.
Nice.
What
Did
a
you see
smooth
Ivan's
name.
Bongo Cat?
Oh yeah, the butt.
The butt.
Oh baby.
So good.
And the huge like arm, and then the zoom in. I was like, I love it.
Bongo Cat and Trumpet Kid need to
Ivan.
make a band.
It blew up. It's so good.
Why don't people make a mix of Bongo Cat and the new like Megalovania meme? Why don't they do that?
I liked how that came back.
They only do like the first 3 or 4, like and
Yeah.
then that's it. No. Why don't you do a kazoo cover right now, Laddi? Do a kazoo cover.
I have my kazoo.
Hurry up, laddie. This is your moment. It's your time to
Wait,
shine.
I was kidding. Why do you have a kazoo ready to go? Wait a minute.
Let's do this.
I gotta find it. It's in here. I know for sure. Oh no, I'm not.
It's
being
alright.
Hope she'll find it.
Yeah, not right now. We don't need that right now.
Whoa, laddie, really
Who's
good.
not? Yeah, that's me. Look at me go.
Laddie, that's so good,
I'm
Laddie.
such
Look at me go.
People don't know that. Why is that not a thing about you, Laddie? You should make it into like a thing.
April Fools, make a cover video.
I've considered it. Like I have I'm making a little intro tune with my kazoo.
Like legit, Laddie, for every video you make now, why don't you just intro it like a kazoo?
Yeah. Okay.
It's like,
I mean, I
Today's
have
story
a-
is about, you know,
I have.
and then
a
like you can make it
intro
like, you know how
made.
Lauren,
It's just not done.
sorry, go on.
I have an intro made that I recorded with the kazoo, and I have a kazoo harmonizing to it too. It's really like just 4 notes, but I want to do it. I just haven't had time.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you're doing like an actual like melodic thing. I was just gonna do something like, you know, whenever you say a title, if the title is like I go to the store, you can have like an underlying kazoo going like, you know, like you know,
Or
like,
just like that's my transition. I just go.
yeah.
Hey guys, it's Laddi.
I was talking about that with Alex yesterday about like character design and how you need things that
Yeah.
is associated with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I saw
Like-
that
like-
in the no mic.
Yeah, no, Mike. Yeah, because what I did, and Turtle, I used you as an example as well. I was like, everybody in the community, some of the more, you know, the higher end, I guess, anybody above 10K, I guess, has like a very noticeable silhouette. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I drew a few people and I blacked the entire thing. Like I just filled it all with black, and people were still able to recognize who it was. You know?
Yeah.
Right? It's crazy. It's insane that we've actually made recognizable characters. Like like people found you, Rush, literally because in VidCon you had like a
beanie.
yellow beanie.
Yeah, I
So
was the yellow beanie
perfect.
boy.
wish
Yellow
I
is so
had
strong.
like a thing like that, like a visual thing. My
Man,
thing is
I wish
my
I could
voice.
I wish I could just scoop my eyes
Scoop
out
'em.
and
Yeah, then we'll know it's Maz. Darn.
Laddi, just make a plushie of your little lint
I
character.
want to, but it's expensive.
Or if you have a bow and a kazoo, wear a bow and a kazoo. And just have it.
Yeah, I actually have a bow and a kazoo, and I was gonna bring it to VidCon, but I didn't. I brought my kazoo to VidCon. I forgot to bring my bow.
You played Sandstorm. It was the best.
I did play Sandstorm.
That was me.
Why?
Cause why not?
Because I think someone requested it, and I was like, okay, and so I did it.
The end.
Laddie lives to
Oh
please.
no, I think Adam was beatboxing or something, and then I just started playing it. Something happened. I don't know.
Something went
Ugh,
down.
What a
Something
good
funky.
I
collaboration.
don't know why I did it. Yeah.
Well, see, that was like, VidCon, I guess, VidCon 2018.
Yeah.
But actually, because I guess we haven't talked about this in a previous podcast, dude, so many feature creators.
Animators,
Right?
yeah.
Did you
I want to.
Yeah.
So
Animated,
proud.
We're growing, boys.
Yay.
like the ones that we know of that have announced it on Twitter and like in public-ish is like, so what? James, Jaden, Adam, Tim, Cypher Den. I'm not sure Tabs. I don't know about Tabs, but Rebecca Param, Sugar,
Yeah, Rebecca. Woo.
Yay,
Domix.
good for Rebecca, like finally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like all of those people. They're just like the big boys. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah, I'm really happy for him.
It gives me
me
hope
too.
for.
Me
It
too.
gives me hope as well.
I
Guys, go if you don't know. There's a link to the VidCon voting page. Okay, please go and vote for all of us to be a feature creator in VidCon US, including Mads, our editor. He's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
get
vote
that.
Goku. Will
Vote
he
for
be
Riley.
there?
Yes.
No, I don't. Goku will steal the show. No thanks.
That's why I want to get to 500,000 subscribers by the end of this year.
You can do it. Oh, you can do it.
By the end of this.
Oh, Laddi, you're gonna get 100,000 here in a second.
Just post another.
In 1 second. In
Now.
1 second.
Right
now. You got it.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
done.
You did, Laddi. Woo.
Woo.
I think when this
Oh.
podcast comes out, you have that by then.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
I want.
I disagree. Yeah, I don't think that.
Yeah,
not
I
that
want
soon.
to have a monthly upload schedule. That's what I want.
I believe in you, Laddi.
You should,
Yeah,
you should do that. That would be.
almost done-ish.
If-
You go
That'd
to
be a very
school.
good change.
That's not gonna happen.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
stop.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Just drop out. Just drop out.
No, I've had so much midterms this week, but like, I just wanted to animate, and then Inktober's not helping. I shouldn't have committed to it. Why am I doing Inktober?
That's why I didn't even bother to commit. I was the meme. I was like, I
chose-
can't fail at
It is
Inktober if I
such
never
a
start.
bad month for Inktober.
Well, speaking about getting 100k in a second, Turtle.
Wow.
TurtleAmigos.
TurtleAmigo.
I know that guy.
Am I gay?
Am I gay?
Rebrand.
Every
Laddi, I don't-
coming out
Laddi,
video.
I don't know if you're gay. Like, why are you asking me?
Turtle, I love that. If you make a coming out video, make it like the title is Turtle, am I gay?
Yes. Am I?
Oh man.
Rip.
Frick.
I would watch
that's
that
your-
video.
That's the only Q&A video you'll ever make.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, guys, so I made a Q&A video, and it's just one question: am I gay? And
Just looks at the camera. Yes. End video. Hard cut.
Just make a coming out.
Yeah,
Make a
Turtle's
coming
like
out video. No, make like a
Yeah.
coming out video, and then like, I'll say like, I'm gonna come out to VidCon 2019 or something.
Or you come out of your
Yes.
shell.
Make it a pun.
Guys,
Work
I'm
it.
coming out to VidCon in
Just make you mad.
2019.
Yeah, I'm coming out to VidCon.
I'm
Or some
coming out of
event.
that.
Or some event. Yeah.
Yeah.
As all the people get angry at you, like, I thought I
Good.
was
I
finally
want them
going to
to be
get some
angry.
gay turtle representation, and now I have
If
nothing.
they get angry, that'd be badass.
That'd be better.
Good.
No, that's yeah.
Bad advertisement's good advertisement. Let's go.
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
say, I love that when
What's
we
up?
get together, it's impossible for us to apparently not get slightly controversial.
What we do best.
Right.
Is what we, because the thing is, once again, it's topics and stuff that we discuss off camera as well. I would have talked about this regardless of
Oh, absolutely.
if it was on a podcast, you know.
I'm just chilling.
I don't know. We talk about controversial stuff all the time.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Y'all.
You know what's also pretty crazy? I got something crazy for you guys.
What's up?
I got a
Okay.
crazy story.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
The crazy story is, I'm in a voice chat with my best friends.
Whoa, I was there when that happened.
Whoa, it's pretty crazy.
Best friends?
All right.
What?
Wow.
Look, I know we said, "Am I gay?" But you don't need to like.
Oh, wow.
No, thanks,
It's
man.
only 100 away. Oof.
Yeah,
So
I told you in a second. Man.
so swole.
Oof. It's not a second, maybe like an hour.
My birthday's in 2
Wow.
days.
It's gonna be on your birthday.
I hope not. No, I'm
Yes.
What do you mean?
It's 100K.
You got birthed?
kidding. I noticed too. I was like, oh wait, my birthday's coming up. I'm like,
We're gonna get me for your
What do you
birthday.
well, yeah.
100.
What are you getting me?
Right. That one video where you talk about like the you bring food to the class. And
Yeah.
You bring everyone.
Oh, I hate that. I would never bring gum to school because then everyone would be like, can I have some?
Got some gum.
But now in college, it's like everyone has their own gum. So.
Yeah.
We college.
It's like teacher too. Like they see you have food and they're like, did you bring enough food for the
Share
class?
it
You're like,
for
no.
everybody.
Like, who the fuck are you?
Oh, I'm your mom.
Just kill
It's like,
them.
Oh, no.
It's like, I don't think so, mom.
Or mommy.
Whoa, whoa. I didn't have. What do you think? You think a guy ever called their like significant other the girl daddy accidentally?
Okay.
Maz calls me that all the time. What do you mean?
Accidentally? Wait a minute.
Yeah, you'd be in bed. It's like spank me harder, daddy. It's like I'm a girl. Wait a minute.
Oh, wait
What
a
have you been
minute.
doing?
Okay,
I'm
low key. Sometimes, like the male term, and like probably because we have like a patriarchal society, but the male term generally goes for both sides. Like if I were to say guys, I do mean both sides,
Yeah,
right?
Same with dudes.
And most male terms are okay. Like if I were to say yo daddy, that's more acceptable to say than like mommy. I think mommy's weird. I think that's a really, it's like I don't know. It creeps me out a little bit.
Yeah.
And similarly, I once said to Alex Animation Corner, I was like, hey, you know, we were just having a chat. And because it's like a laddie habit, I say now like, oh yeah, you're a good boy.
Yeah, you're a good boy.
You know?
Everyone's a good boy.
But yeah, exactly, you're a good boy. And so I started with Alex, and like in my head, I made this simple connection. I was like, wait a minute, she is not boy, she is girl. And so, and then I was like, you're a good girl, Alex. And I was like, oh god, oh no,
Good girl.
Oh, baby.
weird. It's so weird. Hey, Alex, you're a good girl. You know, it was so weird.
Oh, yes. Oh, no.
No. Yeah, I don't know. It's really cringy and it's like gross.
Did she turn around and go, daddy?
No, she laughed out loud. She was like, "What?" And I was like, "I'm sorry." And she's like, "Daddy," and I was like, "No."
Oh, no.
Yeah, she made fun of me a lot.
Oh, baby.
So the thing is, a lot of the Australian animes call me daddy, and I'm a little bit creeped out by that.
What? I would love that.
I'm not Australian.
Jeez.
It's like we were saying goodbye, and they're like, "Goodbye, daddy." I'm like, "No, no, no."
You like
No.
it.
Yes.
Shut
You
up.
like it.
He does.
Maz hates it because he loves it.
Tweet at
obviously.
Maz that he's daddy.
Dude, it's crazy because I was watching shows and stuff in which they say daddy, and it's like I can't watch them anymore because it's weird.
Like a little kid.
I mean,
Hey,
it's
Daddy.
not
I was
that
watching
weird
Good Will
when kids
Hunting.
say it, 'cause they're kids, you know. Like, what did it?
No, yeah, but then like okay, so Goodwill Hunting in which like the guy is way older, and he says, daddy. Oh, no, Good Will Hunting. I mean, sorry, Catch Me If You Can. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio is like a 20-something-year-old actor, and he's like, daddy, where'd you go? And I'm like, oh, no, I don't know if I'm okay with that.
Daddy.
And similarly, like, Legend of Korra, I'm pretty sure whatever the chick's name is, she says, like, oh, daddy, why do you have to betray me? Whatever.
Dude, that reminds me of My Hero Academia when when Uraraka's fighting Bakugo. She's on the ground, about to pass out. She's like, daddy. And I'm like, no!
Oh, baby.
No!
Feed my ship.
And that's what fed the ship of Uraraka and Bakugo, right there, when her saying daddy. I was like, oh, no.
I need to go write some fan fiction.
okay.
I'll be right back.
Laddi, did you see the final episodes this season?
No, I haven't.
We haven't watched the Bakugo fight dubbed yet.
Yeah.
The best character's done.
They have to dub it.
Dub it.
You got the dub. This is why dub sucks, okay?
No, it's so good. All Might's best dad.
Best guy.
Didn't you say, Rush, that your brother doesn't like Avatar?
He doesn't like the Avatar, the original Avatar. He's like, I like Korra better. And he hasn't finished season 1 yet. We're only halfway through. And he's like, I really love Korra right now. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good, right?
Wait, he's watched season 2 and he still thinks it's good?
No. He's only halfway through season 1. And
Korra?
he finished all of Avatar, and he saw season 1 of Korra, yeah. And
No, season 1 of Korra is brilliant. I think the last few episodes bad because of how much they rush it
yeah.
and how little explanation they
so
have.
rushed.
Season 2 is just straight garbage.
I agree.
I
hate
didn't like season 2.
I agree. They bring no characters
Season
back or
3 is
anything.
literally my favorite season of both shows. I think it is so good. The idea that I don't want to spoil it actually, never mind. But it's really
So
great.
he hasn't found the bad parts yet. He's only at the good parts, but like the animation's really good. Like it's from the Korean studio who like did the Ultron animation. Voltron, yeah.
Dummy.
Voltron.
Yeah, they did the Voltron animation for Korra, and they're really good. And he's like, whoa, this is way good quality. I'm like,
Can I okay, a little, because you guys watch Voltron, right?
I love Voltron.
I've never seen it.
I'm
Never
all
seen
caught
it.
up. I love it.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna say, people were like, "Yeah, watch Voltron. It's got the same animation as Avatar," and I'm like, "I watched it, but the story is not good. The story is
What season are you on?
I've
The
just
story's
finished season 1.
I like the characters more. Like I'm watching it because I love the characters so much.
Yeah,
Like
and
it's just another
okay,
space
true.
story, but like I love the boys and the girls.
The characters are good. The boys are good, and the boys and actually I don't want to spoil it. All boys. Anyway,
It's a good boys.
yeah, the good boys. And so I've started watching this new show on Netflix called Dragon Prince.
I've heard about that, and I need to see
Dragon Prince.
that.
Because
I think
it's
it
got the
was good.
same, it's got the same writers
Yeah,
as
that's right.
Avatar,
Yeah.
right? And so I was like, oh, I'll watch it. And the animation rush is not
It
great.
looks like
that's
a 3D.
why. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it would be bad because the animation looked weird, but then everyone's saying it's good, so I'm like, oh, maybe I'll check it out.
The story's good, is
Ah.
it? Or is it just...
Okay, so I finished the entire thing, and I think the world that they've painted, I love it. I think it's like I do think it's really cool. It's like the magic and the elements, and it's really, really cool. It's got the opposite problem of Voltron, though, in which the story is good, but the characters are not,
Oh, really?
and it's like they're not bad, they're lovable, and they're like charming, and they're good boys, but I think they're really weak characters, like if you were to deconstruct them.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So don't watch it. Got it.
And the pacing is sometimes pretty bad, but it's a good story. Like genuinely, I think the story is like,
Yeah.
I love it. It's made me think about what I could take from it and steal.
Yeah. Speaking of Avatar, Netflix is coming with the live action version, huh?
Oh, dude.
That'd be interesting.
Wait, why the groan? Do you not think
Because the
it'll be
movie didn't
Okay,
do
listen,
good.
I don't know. That's not it. They said, don't worry, it's going to be different because, we're still going to make the effects good, but we got the original peeps that worked on the show to help guide us along, and I'm like, I don't care.
Wait,
It doesn't need a
version of
live action.
Avatar?
Yeah, the Netflix is bringing on a
Why?
live action.
Again?
Yeah, no, it's a series, not a movie.
No, it's a show.
Yeah.
I think it's a pointless endeavor unless you're going to add things on, but then at that point, I'm like, I'm scared if you add something and it
Want a
sucks.
live action.
Did
It
y'all-
doesn't need one.
Did y'all see the meme?
doesn't need one.
Did
I
y'all see the
think-
meme? It's like it's a manga, then anime, then Netflix adaptation.
Yeah, I love that meme.
Exactly.
Like
Well, the thing is, I think it does need one. If hear me out, right? Devil's advocate. Because firstly, the live action movie is hot garbage, just awful.
Oh, it's
right?
horrible. Yeah.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
Yeah. And so, this is like a palate cleanser. But I think what they're trying to do here is the fact that whilst we love Avatar: The Last Airbender, you're also gonna realize that we were there when it aired, right? I think nowadays, no one, like the kids, don't know what Avatar and
That's
Korra
true.
is.
I had
Then
to
just
introduce my brother.
buy the thing. Netflix, you have the
I'm
influence.
gonna show my kids Avatar.
Yeah, I'm showing my brother.
But that's the thing. Like, they have Avatar on Netflix, just not for like North America, I don't think, or at least that's what they said.
They
And at that
used
point,
to.
though, it's like, why not just show them the show? Like, don't make.
Well, interestingly enough,
another.
it's also like it's not going to be like a 1-to-1 retelling. They're going to cut out. They're not going to add anything. Well, quote. But they're apparently going to cut out some of the more filler part to make the pacing better. And when I say they got they got the directors that made Avatar back into it, as well as the musician who composed all the sound in Avatar, and the martial artist who did all the martial arts for Avatar. So they're getting like the team Avatar back together.
I'm just interested about how they're gonna do their casting, especially like Iroh. Iroh has to be cast very carefully because then he's gonna ruin Iroh for me.
Iroh.
Yeah, so the director said they're gonna make it so the movie's biggest thing was that it was all white people.
Yeah,
you know,
it was
like
so bad.
what they're gonna do with this one is apparently they're gonna try to culturally diverse it, like actually have it like different nations look different, you know.
Good.
Don't
Yeah,
whitewash
so they're gonna
people.
try I know, right? And what they might do as well is like when you said that you don't want them to add anything, they might add the comics. You know what I mean? Like the comics afterwards, after the show ended, about what happened.
Oh yeah, with the mother stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
I
please.
never
with
did
the
get to
mother
learn
and-
what happened to his
Me
mom.
neither. I know there's a
Read the
comic, I
comics.
just haven't read it yet.
Yeah, and so they might add those. You know,
They
so I
should
don't
do
know.
that. That would be beautiful. I would be happy. Beautiful.
Right, so I have faith, especially in Brian and the other director. I forgot his name.
And who knows if it does successful,
but-
we'll get another Avatar animated series.
Who knows?
I don't want another.
How would they do
It's
that?
crazy because they chances are unlikely. Well, Netflix has a lot of money. Netflix, that's the
Yeah,
answer.
yeah.
But Korra was set to be really good. They just got kind of messed up by Nickelodeon.
Yeah, they got dropped
That's
funding like halfway through season 3, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not gonna air this
Yeah.
anymore." And I'm like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, just do it on the
was
website."
only on the website. Yeah.
And I'm just like, "What is wrong with?"
And they got like no, they were told to cut out and not cut out a lot of stuff from season 1 and 2 with regards to some of the character development as well.
Yeah.
So that's why some people say the girl and I forgot her name. dude.
Asami and Korra.
No, as in like is it Asami and Korra? Is
Yeah.
that it? Yeah, they some people say the ending of those two was too sudden, and that's because they were cut out. They were cut out.
It was
you know?
really sudden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's alright.
I don't know, man. I'm still. The thing is, I have faith. You know what I mean? And I have to have faith because I do, and this is getting to long-term goals, but I do want to like make screenplays and write. You know what I mean? I wanna
Yes.
Do it, boy.
write. And are you? Because you moved to a different college course.
Yeah, and like it's required to take screenwriting to advance in your animation major, and I'm so happy because it's so good. It's not screenwriting. I'm taking principles of story, but it's the same thing. It's screenwriting. It's so good.
Principles of writing. If you're interested, there's a channel that I would recommend you to watch called Lessons from the Screen.
Oh, I love that guy.
Okay.
Laddi, I'm legitimately watch all of their videos because not only do they break down what makes a movie great and why the story was fantastic, they also go through some common story tips and some things you can easily replicate to make sure your story is
Dude,
good.
I showed
love
Laddi some of
it.
that videos. Yeah.
Yes, I love
Isn't
it.
he the greatest?
I love it.
I just showed her Captain Charisma yesterday. He just
Oh,
finally
that was
uploaded after a
him?
year.
Charisma's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're good.
Oh, it was really.
No,
good.
it's different. It's different. It's
I
different.
love learning about how to tell stories, and it makes me so excited for my own things.
I know. All right. I think we're gonna have to wrap up now. We've
Yeah.
got, we've got.
Yeah.
That's it's just time to wrap up. Now, if there is any fan art, thank you so much for the fan art, guys.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to everyone doing the fan art, which we have on
I
screen
love
now.
you.
Oh, that's so sexy. Look at those.
And
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
I like the colors.
and I don't think there's any, dude. That's why there's like zero.
Yeah.
I loved all that zero.
Did you use my fan art for the last episode?
Just tweet it out at the Twitter account. and
I
Vincent
made like
will
really
organize it.
ugly last minute fan art of like us with Swoosh and Jinker because I remember we were
Oh
like,
my
"There's
gosh.
no
Okay.
fan art."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put it.
Vincent will. Yeah. Okay. So, and finally, shout out to these people on screen for the patrons. Thank you so much for supporting us, guys.
Love you.
All right. Thank you so much for coming into the Voice Chat podcast.
All right, bye guys.
Adios.
Bye, guys, and logging off now.